350,000 บาท
350,000 บาทครับ350,000 บาทครับ350,000 บาทครับ
Hello, Chatri. I think that I could add something to this. I can add my personality and I can add emotion to the translation. First day I started, I went up there in the ring, translate. I don't even remember what I translate because I was so nervous. I coming down. I immediately thought to myself, I didn't do good of a job and I'm probably gonna lose this job. Also, I want to quit. My last interaction with Boss Chatri, he reminded me of how important what we are doing here to produce a show like this. We are basically changing these athletes' life for the better. We are promoting our culture to the world at the highest level possible. And now you are part of this. First of all, I want to be cool. Let's be honest. I want to be cool like the character from that game. I like the way they talk. I like hip-hop music. Most of the time I pick up from listening to the radio in that game. Good morning, all Swoo. Listening into Swoo Wave. And today is a beautiful Tuesday morning.
Fancy.
In my mind, I would get all the chicks. But that never happened. That never happened, sadly.
Besides wishing most Thai boxers speak up more and telling more stories, what else do you wish they do more?
I wish that they stop reading all the comments online.
Oh.
I could go out on a limb and saying that Thai fans are the meanest of them all.
Frank.
Hello.
Frankie.
Hello, Kun Big.
How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so excited to have a chance to talk to you today.
I'm very excited to be here. I think I'm even more excited than you.
You're famous. You know that, right?
Recognizable.
I don't follow boxing at all, and even I know you. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't like the term famous. Let's say recognizable to the sense.
You're very well known, especially on TikTok, on social media. That's where I found you mostly. Yeah. Well, here he is again.
He's doing some goofy things again, like online.
300,000. Okay, do you want to do that for us a little bit?
300,000. How much? Yeah, of course. You want me to do it now?
Yeah.
350,000 baht.
This is so unmistakably Frankie original.
Thank you.
Anybody taught you to do that? Like, let's come up with the way you should say this, or you came up with that yourself?
Yeah, it's all because of the excitement that I have on the first day, and it just come out so naturally to yell out that 350,000 baht. No one told me anything.
Yeah, you did exactly like design how you would say it.
Yeah,
it just came out.
It just came out, and I improved on it. At first, I don't know if I can yell that loud, and then no one told me to stop, so I just keep yelling it away.
But very understandable that you have to be that loud because you're in a very loud place.
Very,
right?
Very loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have no choice but being louder.
Just to be there and just keep yelling.
Yeah. But do you usually like naturally sound like that? Like, are you a loud person?
Well, when I'm singing, yes. But usually no. I'm a very soft-spoken person, and I do a lot of voiceover work. So I like to. This is like my natural tone and level of speaking. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason you're here, except for the fact that you're famous, and we want to talk to you, and of course, you speak English because you work as an interpreter for.
One
championship, right? And like I mentioned, it's boxing, and I don't follow boxing, not necessarily, but I know what kind of contribution that you're giving to like the most famous sport from Thailand, and you're one important part that make this even bigger for a lot of people who may or may not follow boxing.
Right. Now I'm blush. Thank you so much, sir, for that kind words. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're an interpreter, you're an announcer, and you work closely with all the boxers. And we would want to hear all about that today.
Yeah, I would love to share what I can.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Oh, is that something that you cannot share?
Well, not necessarily, but
Okay.
I'm a yapper. Sometimes I talk like
Please
way
do that.
too much.
That would be
I don't
our
want to
favorite
do
part of the show. Like
Yeah.
say something that you maybe shouldn't.
Yeah. Hopefully, Chatri, you're not watching this right now. But if I do say something bad, please, it's not my intention to do so.
Boss Chatri. So yeah, that's a person that we would want to talk about a lot today too. So can we go back to your the first time that you chose to walk on this path? So I didn't imagine this is necessarily like exactly your dream, because going back like 10, 20 years, I don't think you would imagine yourself doing what you do right now,
Right.
where you are right now.
Right.
Right. So,
Right. Absolutely. Like, I don't think that people expect what a translator can do, and no one would imagine that a role as a translator and slash announcer in the ring could exist in the first place. So it just happens. From the very first day when I start joining One Championship, I joined on their first One Friday fight, or One Lumpini. They are looking for someone to translate. So I went and I just go up there in the stage, start translating. But before, I'm not a translator. I'm always announcer, voiceover artist, and I'm a science teacher as well. So on the first day, I started, and I guess the rest is history.
yeah, because you did your voiceover work before you MC, I would suppose so. But and at the same time, you have your English proficiency. And do you always put that into your work necessarily, or not that much?
I would say English opened doors for me. Like, since I was very young, I consider myself pretty good with English since I was like 5 to 6 years old. Just because I surround myself with content that only exclusively in English, songs, video games, and movies, and having these skills opened so many doors, and I ended up working related to English, or like working with a foreigner in a way.
Because we have seen you doing the voiceover in English too, like for commercial or for whatever, right? Yeah.
Right, yes. And it's thanks to the accent too. Starting when you're very young is really helpful. Yeah, to absorb how a native speaker would pronounce each word. I'm not a native speaker myself, but I try my best.
So you're not a mixed, you didn't live abroad before?
Not at all.
No. And did you go to international school at least?
Not at all. I attend Private Vidyalai school. So it's a government school. And actually they're focusing on Chinese too, and not English. So I never have experience living abroad, not attending any international school at all.
And your family doesn't speak English with you?
They don't.
No. Okay. But at which point that you decided that, I want to, besides Thai, besides Chinese, I want to pick up English too, and I want to be great at it?
That's an interesting question. I think it comes from the fascination that I have with video games. When I first play a lot of games on PlayStation 2, more importantly, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Stealing cars?
Stealing cars. And in that games, there are so many stories. And I always got confused, like how this character, when he was here and now he got killed, and now he's doing some other stuff. What is going on in this game? I just want to understand and what happened. And so I pick up on it. I start learning. I start listening to all the characters in that game. What are they doing in that moment in time? And then I start picking up English from that game.
Yeah, because I imagine a lot of people out there who are watching right now enjoy playing games, right? But not everybody do the same thing as you, which is try to double down on learning the language in order to enjoy the game more. What do you do exactly to learn more from the game, from playing games?
Just take an interest in the character. Try to understand more that games, especially nowadays, there are many games that with great storyline in it. For example, like Red Dead Redemption. Like if someone made a movie out of that game, that they're probably gonna win an Oscar for that. Just be invested more into the story too, and it makes the game more enjoyable. Stop focusing too much on the action only, purely on action. Understand that there are a lot more behind these games.
So you listen, and then you do you search after playing the games, or what? What do you do?
Back then, internet is not a big thing like today's. When I first start on Grand Theft Auto, you can go to Klong Tom and you can get one of these like tutorial books that explain everything. So I read through that books. That's how I pick up or starting to understand what these characters are doing to each other.
Right. So, but coming from the desire that you want to win this game or you want to play this game better. So in order to do that, you have to read, you have to listen, and you have to find out more stuff in English. So that's how you improve your English.
Yes.
Anything else that you do, and anything else besides gaming?
When I first pick up on these games, and first of all, I want to be cool. Let's be honest. I want to be cool like the character from that game, especially Grand Theft Auto. I like the way they talk. I like hip hop music.
Any favorites?
Like the bands or Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, NWA.
Right.
Most of the time I pick up from listening to the radio in that game. So when you're driving cars in Grand Theft Auto, you can tune the radio station. And I'm starting to know who Snoop Dogg is, Dr. Dre, and starting to listen to these songs or music. And what I did is also start to think in English. That's really helped me on my vocabularies to understand things around me, right? Like this water bottle. What is it in English? Oh, that's water bottle. ขวดน้ำ something like that.
And the way you speak English is excellent.
Thank you.
Your pronunciation, your accent is on point. So how do you teach yourself to be that good? Is it just like imitate? Just like
imitate?
Mimic? Yeah.
I would say imitate. I'm still not considering myself like as that good. There's
you
a lot of
you are. Yeah.
But there's things that you can improve every day, right? You can still learning new words. English is a very dynamic language. New words to learn every day. So understanding that you want to be like a character or enjoying a certain type of content and just go with it. Try to imitate them will really help you.
Right. Wow, cool. So now, boxing. Because that's what you do, right? So, well, I guess you must have been into boxing since forever, right?
Not really.
No?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I'm not that big fan of sports. I watched some boxing match, like the big match in the past, but not heavily invested into boxing or Muay Thai or even MMA. But then once I start working here, I starting to talk and speak with all of the athletes that come here to compete. I starting to understand that Muay Thai could be so much more than just fighting. Especially here in One Championship, we try to tell the stories of each athlete, their adversity, what struggle, where in their life that they have been before, and with Muay Thai, it changed their life completely. That makes me really invested into the sport and wants to do whatever I can to tell those stories to the world.
Yeah, just like you said before, you enjoy stories, like hearing stories, telling stories. Yeah, but it just happened to be the stories of the athletes or the sport. that you happen to get a chance to work with.
Right. Yes, absolutely. There's many fighters coming here having a debut on Friday, every Friday,
Yeah.
right? And I love just to enjoy talking with them because usually people only sees me on Friday, but I also work on other day of the week too, to getting to know them, interview them like what you are doing to me right
I
now,
see.
and try to have them tell their stories so we can. Let people know that you're just not a fighter. You're a man, or you're a family man. You're a father. What hardship you have to get through before you come here and fight for us on Friday.
I see. Okay, let's go back a little bit because I try to now connect the dot between you in your school years, graduation, and then how did you get here? All right. So where did you go to school? I mean, university?
My university isศรีนครินทรวิโรจน์ University.
Okay, studying what?
Studying communication art.
Oh, okay.
But the technical term is. They're gonna hate me for this. I forgot my actual name of my faculty, but it's in line with communication art.
I see. It's kind of nitet, something like that.
Nitet.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And at that point, I suppose you started doing some voiceover work. Okay, and did you see yourself like, okay, I'm gonna be what in the future?
Oh man, when I was still in the university, I really don't know what I want to do, but I know that I got good voice, so I start working as a DJ in my university.
Wow.
And I enjoying that so much because I get to use my voice on a day-to-day basis, and then I didn't really want to do anything other than using my voice.
So what kind of show did you put on for your listeners? Like playing songs or talk radio or what?
Well, my session is on Tuesday, I remember. Since I can speak English, they want me to do international section.
Wow.
So every morning I go in and say, "Good morning, all Swoo, listening in to Swoo Wave. And today is a beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's 38 degrees outside. That's a little bit too hot. And here's Bad Day by Daniel Powder." Something like that.
Fancy. Wow, you must be like so cool. Do you feel cool at the moment? Like
I am.
I'm doing radio and I talk in English.
I am, and then in my mind, I would get all the chicks, but that never happened. That never happened, sadly.
Yeah, it could be like one of the like biggest drive to like I do this for chicks.
I try many things, it never worked out. I'm sad to say.
So you do like your show like once a week or what?
Twice
You
a week.
mentioned like
Twice
Tuesday
a week.
and okay.
Tuesday and Thursday in the uni.
And I suppose you enjoy that so much.
I enjoy it very much.
And did you see yourself being a real like radio DJ in the future?
I want to. I want to. But before I graduate, I have an offer to work as an announcer for football and futsal.
Ooh.
So I did that for a couple of years where I will be announced in the stage, "Go for Thailand."
How did you get that gig?
I know through a friend of mine who their family organized one futsal tournament and they're looking for someone to announce for them. I'm in my third year in the university, so I joined and I tried and they liked me so much they keep me around for a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. So what else? What else did you see yourself like going forward?
Going
that
forward, I always want to be an entrepreneur. I enjoy business. I like to do business. I like to create business.
Okay.
I think when I was 26, 27, I also have a company that focusing on education too.
Okay. So tell us more about that. Like what kind of product, what kind of service did you provide?
Sadly, I need to use the word had a business now because
Okay.
that business has been not doing well. We decided to stop. But the company called Plative. The company focused on producing science kit where children can assemble basically a toy, but science toy. Once after they finish assemble the kit, they can get to learn the science behind each of the toys as well.
So play and learn.
Play and learn, yes. But I focus on if you're enjoying something, you're gonna learn it organically. We have a terms in our company that we use to say organic learning. The same reason goes where how did a kid can remember like 300, 400 Pokemon's character without learning it from school. I believe that if you enjoy doing something, the lesson or the learning process will become so easy for them.
Yeah, the way you enjoy learning English, and that paid off big time. So that's why you're here today too. Yeah, wow.
Yes.
So you can do something that not everybody else can. Some might be able to like speak English, and some might be able to like do the like announcing thing, but not two at the same time. It's like yourself, right? Yeah.
Multitasking. I'm a hyper person. I like to do stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's good too because I imagine that it requires a lot of energy for you to be there, like in the ring, announcing and hyping people up, right?
Right.
So tell us about the first time that you learned that you got this job and the moment that you learned what you had to do for this job.
Right. When I first started in one championship, I remember actually we celebrated 2 years today.
Wow.
We start at 20th of January 2023.
Wow.
So it is today. We just celebrated 2 years.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And I remember first time when I joined and working as a translator ever. I remember I did some research on the past translator or of other organization as well. They always translate. It's their job, right, to translate. But it lacks emotion. Like the fighter would be jumping up and down, like, they are so happy. And then the translator would come up and say, like, oh yeah, he's very happy. Thank you for this. So I think that I could add something to this. I can add my personality and I can add emotion to the translation as long as the context is still there. So first day I started, I went up there in the ring, translate. I don't even remember what I translate because I was so nervous. Coming down, I immediately thought to myself, I didn't do good of a job. And I'm probably going to lose this job.
Really?
Not losing, but also I want to quit because the stress is so much. Wow. I never imagined that I would work in front of the camera. All my past experiences are behind cameras. Voiceover, announcing, all behind cameras. And that day, I remember before I went back home, I get a chance to say hi. I got a chance to say hi to Kun Chatri. And he gave me this. You're good.
Oh, a thumb up from Boss Chatri, huh?
A thumbs up from him.
Oh.
And I thought like, okay, he thinks that I got something. He likes me. Let's see if I can continue this. But immediately I went back home that night. I cannot sleep. The comments, I didn't even read the comments. I'm pretty sure it was bad. But I want to quit because the stress is too much.
Wow.
But I keep fighting on. I just focus on what I do. I try to deliver every time I'm in the ring. And I'm here now, celebrating 2 years with them.
Wow. What a journey. Yeah. And you've been doing a great job too. So going back to the moment you decided that you want to put your personality or your something extra into the translation that used to be pretty bland or pretty emotionless. Did you check with anybody beforehand that, am I allowed to do that? Can I be like super hyped up too? Or should I stick with like the normal translation?
Normal translation?
Yeah.
I would say the first month, I just put in a little of my spice into translation. And the team are kind of like, okay, that's okay. You can do that. And
also
then,
little by little,
Little by little.
Oh, okay.
Since nobody's stopping me. I just keep doing it until the bonus is not just announcing anymore. It's now yelling. Outright yelling. Yeah.
But I guess it goes great with the atmosphere, right? Or it goes great with the vibe of the people there.
Of the stadium, yeah.
Right.
And at Lumpini Stadium, the crowd, the audience are so amazing. They are so loud. They cheer for our athletes. Every move that they do in Thai, when you go into the clinch, and when you're using the knee, you can hear people, every time that athlete is using one knee, like, I love that so much. I love that atmosphere. And I thought that if I go up there and translate really blandly or emotionless, no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
So I add in my spice.
Yeah, you just and it is very spicy, like super spice that you added. Yeah. So can we talk a little bit more about One Lumpini because I was growing up with like เวทีมวยลุมพินี
Yep.
So I always know, even though I'm not following a boxer, I always know that that's where people go and to watch the match, and it has been that way for since the longest time, right? So can you tell us about the One Lumpini and what it is right now?
One Lumpini is a product from One Championship that is an entry-level product for all the fighters who come who don't have a contract with us can come and fight. We have MMA, grappling, but we focus heavily on Muay Thai on Friday show as well. So before One Lumpini, yes, the biggest stadium here in Thailand is Lumpini Stadium and Ratchadamnern Stadium. And One Championship decided to have a weekly show at Lumpini Stadium. And when we produce these shows, we want to give our athletes a better life because many of the Muay Thai fighter, when they were very successful in the past, when they retire, they don't have enough saving because they don't make that much money. And in the past, there used to be a lot of gambling involved in the stadium, which can basically dictate who is going to win each match, no matter how well they're doing in each fight. So One Lumpini comes and change all of that. We pay them well, we take care of our athletes, and no gambling in the stadium at all. So everything is 100% fair to every party involved. And many of the fighters that retired before, I can say one name is Seksan Khwan Mueang. He come and fight for the first One Lumpini show, One Lumpini 1. He retired and because he got a little bit older. And I remember I don't want to use the word struggling, but he's not well-to-do. He have to work as a baker and try to find money, trying to support his family. And now he got a contract with us. I think he earned bonus more than 5 times. In One Lumpini, we give out 350,000 baht. But in our other products, One Fight Night and one like the one we having, 170, the bonus is 50,000 US dollars.
Wow.
That is 1.7 million baht. It's completely changed their life. Completely changed their life. And now they have a platform to fight on in the global stage. Everyone's seeing this show live in 195 countries.
So we could say that you guys totally changed the standard of Thai boxing professionals. And so we can say that right now being a Thai boxer it's pretty good career, right?
It's a very good career. Like I start late. I train Muay Thai now, but I would never have a chance to fight.
Well, we saw that on some of your clips too. So how has it been going?
It's been embarrassing to say because a lot of people sees me working, in Muay Thai. They thought,
they can expect that.
Yeah, they thought I'm gonna be good, right? But I'm not.
Yeah, he's an announcer, you guys. He's an interpreter, but it's great that right now you kind of put yourself into your career even more. At a different level too. So you mentioned that you weren't that into boxing, but now it seems to me like you enjoyed so much and you seems to know a lot that there is to know about boxing too, right?
Yes. Like I said, the story behind each fighter really moved me. Many times I try to hold back tears in the stage, holding back because there's one time I cried, but let's not talk about that.
Let's actually. What kind of story can make you cry on the stage?
This went viral actually. I remember we have a show in Impact Arena and I translate for Rotang and Rotang start crying. So I know Rotang and he always a lively person. Up until that fight with Dennis Piltrick, he is always lively. energetic. But once he won and he cried about people commenting harshly about how he missed his weight, and that really moved me because I never seen him vulnerable like that before. So I cried. I hold back tears. I hold back tears that time. And now I'm super invested into Muay Thai because I know Muay Thai is not just a fight. This is a way of life for many people. Many of the fighters, especially coming from the provinces of Thailand, they're starting when they were 6, 7 years old. They don't have enough money to support themselves. So they take Muay Thai as a chance for them to earn money when they were very young. And they keep fighting because they know that they can support their family with Muay Thai.
Wow. I mean, that's beautiful because each person has their own stories. And a lot of times we just have to use what we have to get ourselves into a better position in life, whether or not for yourself, for your family. And that is a great fight. Yeah, literally for all these like
For all
fighters.
these fighters, yes.
Yeah. So tell us about how you prepare yourself for this job, because we all know that you used to, well, I mean, before you got this job, you did like a lot of like voiceover jobs. So you are able to use your voice to do your work. And also the knowledge of like boxing that you kind of didn't have that much. So you have to kind of educate yourself. So both part, how do you prepare yourself for the job that you have to do?
Right now, it comes easy for me. But when I first started, I need to understand everything. Who's coming here to fight? I research their background in case they want to thank someone. If I invested into the story, I want to make sure that whoever pa that he or she going to thanks, I want to say that, oh, this person is this person, family members, relatives, and things like that.
Okay. So you can give the audience a little background.
Yes.
So they understand better. Okay.
Because the audience only sees people come in and fight, right? And sometimes they don't know the story are so rich behind each of them and what are they going through in each moment in time. So a lot of research involved. But nowadays, how I prepare for this, 3 cups of coffee before
That's
I
all
get
you
into
need.
the ring.
Yeah. You've been doing this for 2 years. So yeah, you kind of know your way around your ring. Yeah. Okay.
A lot of coffee and anything that will wakes me up like for the whole night, because the show started at 7:30 p.m. here local time and we finish at 11:30. And usually I go to bed by like 10:30 p.m.
Wow. Okay.
And so I need a lot of coffee, and coffee is work tremendously for me.
I mean, you look like the kind of person who's already like has a lot of energy already, but you still need extra kicks. To do your work. Like,
Yeah, because you cannot expect anything. Once you go into the ring, I don't have any earpiece. So first, I need to be aware, or I can't predict what they're going to say. Even the question from the commentator or the MC, I don't know what they're going to ask.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the response from what is the answer from the athletes is going to be.
So you listen from the monitor?
No, I don't have anything. I just listen there like everyone else in the stadium.
I see.
And sometimes it gets really loud and I can't hear the athletes. So I need to really put my ear close to the athletes. So in order to make sense of what they're saying. And also, I'm not only translating for Thais, right? I translate for foreigners as well. Accent play a big role in this. Sometimes they speaking in Scottish accent. UK.
That's the hardest, one of the hardest.
Scottish is one of the hardest. Yes.
So you have to familiarize yourself with all these accents beforehand. Wow.
Yes. And then also even try to listen to what they're saying at that moment, because the voices or from the crowd can interrupt your thought process. I only have a split second to listen, come up with a translation in my head, make sure I structure it as nice as possible, and also in the time frame that I have as well. Because the athletes sometimes they want to thank many people. We really try to give them a platform. So they thanks in their own language. So when it's come to me, I need to make sure that if they say something redundant, it has to be in one sentence. If they started off by thank you their father, and at the end they're thanking their father and family again. So I have to okay, this person wants to thank their family, their father, and what else is he or she saying, and translate that.
You kind of have to live edit the content in your head.
Yes.
Wow. Just to make every second count.
Yes.
Wow. Would you say that's the hardest part of your job, or anything else that is even harder than managing that?
I say that that's the most challenging part, but I'm now very used to it. The another thing that I find a little bit difficult is to do 2 shows in a row. We have a back-to-back show, so we have one Lumpini, one Friday fight happen every Friday, but we also have one fight night. This is a global show that broadcasts live, and we work with Prime Video. And that show, we have to work with US time. So that show happened Saturday here in Thailand. When I finish the show at around midnight and on Friday, go back home, sleep, wake up again at 4 or 5 in the morning, come back, and do it all over again for another 6 hours until noon of Saturday. Yeah.
So people might think that, your job is easy, man. You just be there and then just repeat whatever people say in different language, and then you go home and you're done. But no, actually,
there's a lot
so
of moving
hard.
gears behind it in order to produce a great show like what we did here, what we're doing here in Thailand. There's a lot of moving gear.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that my job compared to the production team that they're doing, oh my God, those guys are like soldiers. They're able to produce show every week, and they're amazing. Shout out to everyone in the organization.
So it's been 2 years that you're with this job. So I imagine that when you first started, you must have had some ideas of what constitute a good interpreter or a good announcer. So 2 years after, did that idea change? That you learned from doing the real job, that what I thought is different, it's not like that at all, but I have learned from experience that this is how you're doing a good job as an interpreter.
I mean, my goals is still the same, but my personality has changed. I'm more comfortable with the atmosphere, but the goal is always do whatever I can to make sure that their message get across, even though people don't know who PGF is or if they want to say some names. The goal is still there from the very beginning, but I'm getting used to and much more comfortable translating for all of them and being around them, surrounded by a Muay Thai fighter. I know how to communicate with them because many of these fighters are not really great talker. I know how to get stories out of them.
Wow. That's very talented of you that you can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's
much.
talk about another character that we cannot not talk about. Boss Chatri. So what is he really like? A lot of people must want to know, me included.
Hello, Chatri. Yes, Boss Chatri, we rarely see him, but he's watching the show every Friday. He watched every show.
And he's watching this show, you think?
Well, if you're watching, hello, sir. Yes, and Boss Chatri is someone who changed everything for many of our athletes, changing my life included. He's a very strict guy, but a very kind person. He demands the best, only the best, and he will not take anything less than the best.
So that's great news because you're here and working with him. So you must be one of the best.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Any stories that you want to share from being around Boss Chatri that you think the audience might enjoy?
He's a very kind person.
Okay.
Like every photo that you will see of him, really like also almost like mean looking. He's also like, but he's a very kind person in reality. And he also given me bonus too once on my first year.
Wow.
Changed my life completely.
Wow.
Yeah, with that bonus. I'm the first non-fighter ever to receive a bonus on stage.
Wow.
And I'm super grateful to this day. Very kind person, very smart, very dedicated. I think he's the hardest working person in the company.
Any lesson that you have learned from him or anything that he taught you personally that you can still remember?
My last interaction with Boss Chatri, he reminded me how important of job, like what we are doing here, how important it is to produce a show like this. We are basically changing these athletes' life for the better. We are promoting our culture to the world at the highest level possible. And now you're part of this. You have to remind yourself that you are very privileged to be here and working as one of the voice, one of the face to promote this to the world.
So in your opinion, what makes a great boxer?
What makes a great boxer? Someone who have discipline. Someone who... I think it's all boiled down to discipline, especially in today's, there's so many distractions. First and foremost, your phone. And to have a discipline to go in and train every day, listen to the people around you, and not being egomaniac, and take all the comments in, the useful comments or productive comments to improve yourself. Discipline, keep training, and focus. Yes, this what the quality of what makes a great boxer. It doesn't matter how many moves you can do, but it's practicing one move until you be the most efficient guy who can throw a cross, who can throw a jab, and just keep doing it. Like I try to be as well. After this show, I'm gonna go train Muay Thai.
Wow.
Yes.
Have fun.
Thank you. Hopefully my coach will go easy on me today.
But that's not how you get better. Having like your coach going easy on you, right?
Yes. That's why I'm not a boxer.
But I imagine that you hope to get better. So, for your health, your physique, or to get a better understanding from the perspective of a boxer too. That could help you a lot too, I think.
It helped me tremendously. When I first started this job, when I still didn't train any Muay Thai, I still watch it and entertained by the fight, obviously. But now when I train Muay Thai, I can see the little move or little opening that each opponent sees in each other. And here's coming. A spinning back elbow is coming now. I saw that opening, and it just made the fight much more fun. Now I understand everything.
Wow, cool. So basically, I think I'm not exaggerating to say that you're at the top of your game right now. And I was wondering, how do you think you can get even better as an interpreter and as an announcer at Pan Lumpini?
Wow, man. I still think that there's a lot of room to improve for me. No matter where I am in life, I always try to improve myself. But how to make this better is to just try to get more stories out of each fighter. What I would love to do is encourage our Thai fighter to speak more and sell themselves more in the ring. I get a chance to talk with all of them every Wednesday. And I try my best to tell them, hey, this is a great story, man. If you're comfortable about telling people around the world about your story, please do. And it will make people related to your story, because you are a hero in your own life. And you can be a hero for many people as well.
Wow. So besides wishing most Thai boxers speak up more and telling more stories, what else do you wish they do more or even better?
I wish that they stop reading all the comments online.
Oh, yeah.
I
Wow. That could do
damage to
do
them.
damage to your
Right.
mental health.
Yes. I wish all of them just focus on what they're doing and just focus on the training. People are so mean online. I won't name any names, but many fighters actually quit because of the comments saying harsh thing about them. They didn't even have a glimpse of the things that you're going through each and every day of your life. By reading those comments, you're not making yourself better at all. Stop reading comments, focus on training. And I could go out on the limb and saying that Thai fans are the meanest of them all.
Wow.
Yeah, Thai fans are the meanest of them all. They always say harsh things about our fighters. Compare Thai fans to the rest of the world. Well, there are fans that are mean, right? But somehow Thai fans are the meanest. And
Especially they mean in their language too. So
Yeah.
we understand.
They understand
their
like 100%.
meanness. Yeah. Wow. So, and we cannot like shut them up, but we can always like be aware and mindful of what we can take in and never let those comments hurt you.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Right.
I agree with you. That's a very important to not do, but I imagine it's not that easy to do as well because
It's not
everybody
at
read
all.
comments, right? Yeah.
And sometimes it's not even online because the audience are so invested into the fight, right?
Yeah.
They really into the fight and then they want to make their voice heard. I understand, and it's your right to do so. I just wish that the fighter, if you can turn off that part of your brain and say, okay, this is a sport. There's win and lose, winner and losers. I'm gonna come back and do it better all over again next time.
Yeah. So it's gonna be, I think, the great third year for you two at One Lumpini and One Championship. But I'm curious to know if you have any other projects, maybe on the side or personal project that you are working on right now that you want to share with us.
Right. So in the context of One Championship, this year I'm trying to focus on releasing more content about the other side of fighting, showing the personality of each fighter more. That these guys are not that mean. They can destroy me, but they are so nice and so kind in everyday life. And I want to showcasing more of their skills, of their character, not their skills, of their character on the side. But other than that, this year I'm doing voiceover work like I always do. I'm also a programmer.
Okay.
Yes, I have a product that hopefully it will go well that I'm working right now, and if it's ready, I'm gonna launch it on my social media platforms.
And if it's ready, you can come back and talk about it on our show too.
I would love
we
to.
would love to hear about that.
I would love to. Thank you so much.
No
Yes,
problem.
Yes.
All right. So, what else can we expect from One Championship in terms of like what they want to put out for the fans?
Okay, I'm gonna quote this from Kunchatri.
Okay.
This is only day one. He's always say this. We did amazingly in the past 2 years with One Friday Fight and One Championship, the whole company, the whole organization as a whole. We did amazing. But this year is gonna be exceptional. We're starting this year with a bang with 170 at Impact Arena. We're going to have more talented fighters. We're gonna sign more people into the roster and gonna produce even better and greater show. On next month, we're gonna go to Qatar. On March, we're going to go to Japan. And this year, we're gonna go back to the US again. And this is only the beginning. It's only going up from here. Only the best of the best that you're going to see in our show. And you just need to stay tuned. There's a lot of surprise, a lot of amazing gift that we prepare for our fans this year.
Wow. So that's an exciting message for a boxing fan. But for those people who are not already a boxing fan, but interested and curious to learn more. So what message do you have for them?
Right. Just tune in. If you're a fan watching here from Thailand, tune in every Friday and on Channel 7, and you will know what's it all about. We actually gain more non-fighter fans from One Lumpio One Friday Fights. I heard messages all the time in my inbox saying that, you know what, back then my girlfriend not knowing anything about Muay Thai at all, but watching One Friday Fight, oh, now she's like, oh, I like this guy. He's cute. He can destroy the other guy. Yeah. We have a lot of good-looking fighters, ladies.
Whatever can get them in.
And this is our culture. We are promoting this to the world. A lot of foreigners now watching the show are inspired to come here and train here in Thailand. We have more people coming in and train all over Thailand, Phuket, Bangkok, Chiang Mai. Many foreigner wants to fight in One Friday Fight. And if you watch our show, if you're not a boxing fan before, watch it. I promise you, it's very entertaining.
Yeah. So speaking of inspired, that's exactly what you do today. You inspired me big time. This is someone who is self-made, who is self-taught. English, boxing, voiceover, whatever that he kind of have fun doing, he can turn into something that can serve a bigger purpose or do something like a huge contribution to our culture, to our country. And I'm so proud of you. We are so proud of you too.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
For what you are doing right now. And I hope that you can inspire. I know that you are inspiring a lot of people out there who are struggling with what they want to do better, and but still don't know how. So there's always a way to get better. And your ability to use English is great, and I really have fun. Just listen to you talk today.
Thank you so much.
So, and I'm sure that the audience as well. So thank you so much once again for coming here. And I hope that whatever you come up with in the future, you can come back and talk about that.
Thank you so much.
Once more.
Yes. If anyone watching this right now and wants to be better on anything that you do at all, just have confidence and stay in the present. Just be confident, believe in yourself. That's the most important part. And many times people are carried away by their own thoughts, by whatever is in their mind. Just being in the present. Mindfulness is very helpful. Focus, believe in yourself. I like this quote. Mind if I say it?
Sure, of course. Please.
I actually have it on. I made this too, just to remind myself every day. There's a word present, future, and past in this. So,
on your wristband? Can you
yes.
show it to the camera too?
Yes. So this is custom made. I made it myself. Future and present. But on the back it say past.
Oh.
Yes. So
all right.
I just want to give everyone that listening or watching this quotes. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Wow.
Just believe in yourself, focus on now, and you'll be better. Whatever that you've set your mind to, you can be better.
And we cannot let you go without asking you about your comedy, because that's the name of our show. So I think words can work magic into our mentality, into our mindset. So I'm curious to know, what are your favorite words?
My favorite words.
In other languages that you speak,
And
if
other
you could.
languages. Oh man. Confidence.
Confidence.
ความมั่นใจ
Not easy to do or have, but very important.
Very important. If you have confidence, you can do anything that you set your minds to. Life is a game of confidence. Fake it till you make it. Go out, sink or swim, just do it.
I was about to ask, there must be some moment in life that you kind of lost your confidence. How did you get it back?
In my life, without going into too much details, I used to have very tragic backstories growing up. But when I first started Playtive, I got COVID. One of the first few hundred cases here in Thailand. And I thought to myself that I might not make it out, from COVID. And back then, I always think of myself as a very small person. I always talk down onto myself. But I think in that moment, if I'm going to die then and there, my life is not about me. I should be doing something to improve the lives of others and enjoy doing it. That's gave me back my confidence because I'm not doing everything for myself anymore. I put others before, and that's how I get my confidence back because I'm not fighting for me. I'm fighting for people around me.
So before we go, how can people follow you on wherever other platforms?
Yes. So you can follow me on IG or TikTok using the same name, Frank Feels Fine. Because that's what I feel all the time. I feel fine. I don't feel great. I don't feel bad. I feel fine. So Frank Feel Fine. Yes, you can follow me there. You can catch up on more content, especially about one championship that I'm going to produce more this year. So stay tuned.
And this is Frank Kidipong, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, ครับคุณบิ๊ก Thank you so much.
โลกเปลี่ยนเร็วเทคโนโลยีไม่เคยหยุดรอและ Gen Alpha มากกว่า 2,000 ล้านคนทั่วโลกกำลังจะโตไปกับโลกอนาคตโลกที่เราอาจไม่เคยรู้จักมาก่อน The Standard และซุปเปอร์จิ๋วชวนมาเตรียมพร้อมสู่โลกแห่งอนาคตในงาน Alpha Skill Summit 2025 งานสำหรับพ่อแม่ผู้ปกครองและผู้ขับเคลื่อนการศึกษาที่มุ่งสร้างอนาคตที่ดีขึ้นให้กับ Gen Alpha ผ่าน 3 วันเต็มครบทุกเรื่องที่ต้องรู้ 7-9 มีนาคม 2025 ที่ไอคอนสยาม